Welcome to another dev video of Valley Forge. This is officially the alpha build 0.1 that I've put up on itch.io. Here we can see that I've got a new hosting and connect page, title, graphic. We've got a new connection window. Host is quite separate from the client stuff. And we've got the UPnP, which will create the port forwarding required to host for online games. It will tell you your external IP address in the global log. If it fails to connect now, there's a timeout and it'll come back to this screen. Oh no, the host was already running. So some stuff, you can see that everything has synced over pretty well already. We've got a new material for the land ship. It's not a blinding white texture anymore in most of the places. I had a go at Adobe Substance Painter 3D to do a texture for the new Landship ramp, which I think has come out pretty nice. Dynamic walls back in the game. I've used them to fill the holes that are destructible. They have their own hit points, which I'll show off in just a There we go. Yeah, I think the hit points might be a bit high, but when they're destroyed, they go into a destroyed state. I don't have models for them, so I've just got some text, and you can weld that to bring that back. Yeah, I think the hit points might be a bit high, but when they're destroyed, they go into a destroyed state. I don't have models for them, so I've just got some text, and you can weld that to bring that back. As you saw, I picked up my equipment from these equipment racks, which are new. There's medium ones and small ones. The deconstructor and constructor settings are now synced between the host and peers. There's also protection to stop you from deconstructing something that contains something else and having it deleted and desyncing. In the future, I'll have attachments ejected, but there's not enough output slots at the moment, and I didn't want to do remodeling at this stage. We've got new sound effects, and I'm not sure why we're not hearing them actually. The drones should be firing rockets at us. There we go. I guess the one on the front of the ship is having a conniption. Also got firing sounds for these bad boys. Turn speed on this might be a little bit low. We've also got a new dirty glass texture, which is in use on the ops window and the windows of the driver station. So it does make it a bit annoying to sit in the driver's seat while your headlamp is on. But especially during the day, that can look really good. Over in the distance, we can see there's two new drones that just came out of a drone factory. Every 30 seconds, the game will check if there's enough drones in the world and create a new one and send it out into the world. I've moved around the functions of the drone's AIs, so data is stored in the main body of the drone rather than having a separate copy of every bit of data between all the different sections. Right, so we've got the new drone spawner in the distance. You can see the drone come out of it. The drone spawner itself is invulnerable. So for this 0.1 release, there'll be an infinite supply of drones for you to engage with. You won't get into a state when where there's absolutely nothing to do. There's just only a little bit to do. So there's sound effects for turrets, explosions, rockets now. All the machines have built-in EM values, so drones know to target them. When they're running, the EM value is higher, so the drones will prioritize them, though currently they can't see them through the walls, which makes it pretty unlikely for them to go for those machines. Something for the future anyway. If you cast your eyes into the bottom right corner of the screen into the global log, you can see that there's a few console commands, and that's how we can control mouse sensitivity. Set mouse sensitivity 5. Now I'm spinning like a helicopter. Decrease mouse sensitivity, we'll take it down by 0.1. And toggle invert look. We'll make up and down flipped for all cameras. We also have the wrist screen now uses the simple names for items. Word wrap on that hasn't worked properly. Instead of using the node name, which makes it a lot more pleasant to look at. There is a world parachute, which I can't really show off because I'd need to fall off the edge of the map, which is quite a distance away. After you get a few hundred meters below the world level, it will put you back at a spawn point. I haven't found that I've needed it for players, but certainly objects have fallen through the floor. They don't have such a safety net yet. Okay, so heavy items have had a bit of work, particularly scrap. Hello, jiggly scrap. Where did that go? That was working. Okay, it was working up until very recently, so I must have changed something that broke it. They would go into your hand only and put away any other items that you are holding. Yes, that does actually trigger the memory of what's gone wrong there. Um, and then if you try to mouse wheel or press one of the numbers to select a specific slot, um, it will then it'll then just become dropped. Give one more try into the void. All right, so that would be something for me to fix. You can see that my damage has changed. I took some damage from a drone explosion. All right, and some more. Good timing, drone. Thank you. You can't actually die from losing health at the moment. I haven't figured out what to do with players' bodies when they die or handle any respawning. Wasn't important for this tech demo, so I skipped over it. Yeah, so other things, when you join, it now correctly syncs everything, so including the states. So if the door of the main ramp is halfway open, that's how much the client gets when it joins in. Directions on the cannons, um, directions of the wheels, the exact position of the spinning radar dish. During the last couple months, I started using the built-in multiplayer synchronizer node that Godot has built in. This caused a lot of problems because if it ever becomes disconnected, there's no way to tell it to attempt another reconnect. And with my nodes getting moved around in the tree so you can stick properly to the land ship, especially on initial synchronization, not working very well. So all of the syncing is done manually now. And when I say manually, it's still done through Godot's multiplayer API. It's just not done automatically using the multiplayer synchronizer and multiplayer spawner nodes, which is a little bit sad. They would have made it all a bit more simple to read through and maintain. So the land ship now has headlights. They only really do a good job at night, but you can see the the sort of outlines there. Uh, Later on, I'll have railings that they'll be attached to, and you'll be able to direct those around. I don't want to put too many lights on the landship because that'll eat into performance. It already is filled with quite a number of lights. But that's one of those things that I'll figure out more about when the design is more finalized. And this is about the angle that I use for the draw over of the landship that I use for the title image for Itch.io. All right, thanks for watching. See you next time.